G'day everyone, my name is Isaac and welcome back to the Adrenaline GT GT3 series. We are here for round 5 at the Mount Panorama for all the Lobby C action, and this week I've got the legend himself. I've got Justin Ladaway alongside me. G'day Justin.
Oh yeah, Isaac, it's great to be here, mate. So I've just done Lobby B with you and here we are for Lobby C, so looking forward to all the action in here now.
Yeah, there's plenty of action in Lobby B. If you haven't watched the other two lobbies yet, Lobby A and Lobby B, plenty of action up and down those ones, so go check them out. Obviously, after you stick around to watch this one, because this one, if the last two lobbies are anything to go by, Justin, this one's sure to be action-packed as well. Heavy damage, close walls, and varying tyre strategies makes for a very interesting time we've learnt so far.
Oh, definitely, Isaac. I mean, we've just finished doing Lobby B, and I think we've just caught our breath back now after everything that happened there. So, yeah, for all those who haven't watched Lobby B yet, I could definitely recommend watching that one because there was a lot of action, and as is the customary with Bathurst, it's just always happening. You've got the walls either side. Yeah, it's just a great track. I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a wonderful track and it always provides the action. Let's jump into the track stats now. So 6.1 kilometres of glorious Australian tarmac ahead of us. 23 turns, 174 metres of elevation change. So quite steep going up the hill, but it's even steeper and twistier going back down. So definitely a challenge for our drivers today. The mandatory medium tyre in this race and the real-life lap record was set by the Kiwi himself, Shane Van Gisbergen, back in 2016 at a 201.56. So very quick. I'm not sure we'll see those times today. We definitely saw some of those times in Lobby A, but we'll see what our guys did in qualifying here for this one. Let's have a look at the track map first as well. So some corners to look out for. Turn 1, a lot of action can happen down into there. We've seen that across the other lobbies as well. Up into turn 2, you can get a good run out of turn 2. You can make a move just before the cutting. Seen a couple of drivers try and go around the outside. From there, all the way down the hill from turn 3 to about turn 18, it is single file running for the most part. You're not really going to find a way to make a move across the top. It is pretty much single file. If you get a good run out of Forest Elbow though, you can get yourself lined up to have a move down to the chase, but just under 280 k's when our 300 would be very quick. 280 k's when our drivers arrive down the bottom of the chase. And if you're brave enough on the brakes, you can make a move into turn 21 and 22. And then Murray's Corner, the final corner, we have seen a few moves there across the lobbies as well. So definitely a move into there if you're brave enough into the final corner, especially later in the race, maybe even on the last lap. A few cars might try and make a move there close enough. So definitely plenty of action zones in this one. Let's have a look at the grid. So L Hedges lines up on pole. The two PH Racing teammates again this week, 1 and 2. So 1-2 last week in the wet. They continue that trend this week, 1-2 in qualifying for Bathurst. So L Hedges starts on pole. B Purton second. X Tanner in the 666 Racing Porsche is third. BC Bonds in the Vantage breaking up the Porsche Fest is in fourth. Unchained Chief, Mike Honcho, Macon Bacon, Stiffy Bone in 8th, and Speed in the 458 Italia down in 9th. He failed to set a time in qualifying, but will be allowed to start the race. So, didn't set a time, but is allowed to start qualifying. Almost all the cars, Justin as well, in the 911 RSR. Having a look at the first screen of cars 1 to 8. There's just a bunch of RSRs and then a Vantage smack bang in the middle of it. So a lot of drivers in Lobby C, as we've seen for most of the season, actually, in the Porsche. So the Porsche are the choice of Lobby C.
Yeah, definitely, Isaac. And obviously driving it myself this season in Lobby A, it's definitely an easy car to drive, and I think that is the reason why ultimately all the Lobby C guys love it. It's just the most stable car. It's quite easy to drive, it's quite unforgiving, so yeah, it's definitely no surprise to see it being so popular in Lobby C today, and in the season in general.
Yeah, that's right, and we'll have to see how it does. We have seen that depending on how you drive it, it can be quite loose around the mountain, especially going down the hill. So let's find out now. Let's jump into all the action. We'll take you into the race here at the mountain for Lobby C. All right, here we go then. The PH Racing Porsche to lead us away in this one. And fairly clean start from everyone. Some of the cars do start in the middle of the last corner, so they do tend to spread out a bit. But here we go. Already Stiffy Bone looking to make a move up the inside and make it bacon early in this one. And he'll get a bit of a compromise exit, so could be under threat from speed coming up the hill. We'll check further up the pack. Everyone seems to be line astern at the moment. Hell Hedges and B. Purton sort of just running 1-2 in this one with their beautiful looking Toll Holden Racing Team inspired, or HRT inspired PH Racing liveries on the car. They're very well presented. And X-Tanner in third, getting very close to the back of B. Purton there, coming into the cutting. So very quite line astern and very uneventful at the start here compared to our other two lobbies so far, Justin. So great to see these guys just sort of keeping it clean to start with, and hopefully we haven't spoken too soon, but looking good so far.
That's right. I'd already had 2 heart attacks by now in Lobby B.
Yeah, I
yes, definitely.
Oh, we've jinxed it!
As we'd say it,
oh,
we jinxed
no,
it.
we've jinxed it. BC Bond clips the inside wall, coming through the S's. Down over Skyline through the S's.
It's going to be hard to turn around there.
It's going to be hard to turn the car around. Very frustrating for him in the 88 car. And we did jinx it. I believe that was Macon Bacon that he made contact with. So possibly damage for both of those cars.
Get a replay of that one.
We'll have to get a replay of that one. Find out what happened for you. But yeah, wow. So I think we put the commentator's curse. I've been doing that a couple of weeks now. I got in trouble last week from B. McKever. I put the commentator's curse on him as well in Lobby C. So
that's right.
I think maybe I just need to stop talking.
Even though we're commentating this after the race, I think we have some type of influence over the past.
Yeah. I think we just have some sort of like voodoo magic that means that we change the result, and we just, because I would like to clarify as well for Lobby B. Obviously, I race in it, so I know what's going to happen. But for Lobby C, I don't watch it beforehand, so I'm watching this live and seeing it as it goes. Yes, so it's not like I even know what's going to happen, and I'm trying to foreshadow. Like, I genuinely had no idea that was going to happen. So it's just a really strange coincidence timing. We're just going to have a look at what happened to BC Bond from onboard with Unchained Chief. So they come down into this, through Skyline into the S's, and he just gets wide into the wall, and there's just nowhere for Unchained Chief to go. And BC Bond does get turned around in that one. So just unfortunate for him, and into the wall again. And there's plenty of damage on the front end of that car. So just unfortunate, just got a little bit too much speed down through Skyline into the wall, and then there was just nowhere for Unchained Chief to go, unfortunately, in that situation. So I think there's quite a lot of damage on that Aston Martin. He'll have to pit and get that repaired, but hopefully he can come back through the pack and still have a strong result towards the end of this.
Sure was. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't seen any of this action, so it's all in real time.
Yeah, it certainly is.
How uncanny.
Very, very uncanny. quite funny that happened. But Unchained Chief in the third of the PH Racing Porsches. So X-Tanner finding himself in a PH Racing sandwich at the moment. 2 in front of him and 1 behind him. And he's doing a great job for 666 Racing at the moment. Obviously those guys, they lost Pup and Rowan, who moved across to Assetto Corsa earlier in the season. So it's just Prevails and Joe who did a great job in Lobby B, and X-Tanner down in Lobby C. So doing a great job representing that team, doing a really strong drive from him. Really great qualifying from him as well to get himself up there. But we'll have to see how this battle unfolds with him and Unchained Chief as the race goes on. Our 2 race leaders are pulling away though, so L Hedges has made himself a nice little gap to B. Purton, and B. Purton's made himself a nice little gap to X-Tanner. So it's currently also a Kiwi 1-2. So the Kiwis and the Irish showing the Aussies how it's done in Lobby B and Lobby C this week.
Yeah, definitely, Isaac. And I do know Hedges and Purton from other leagues. I've raced against them before. They are great mates. Obviously, they're in the same team as well, and they are in the Pro-Am class. So every week we generally rotate some Pro-Ams down into Lobby C, as we don't have that many AMs, and it helps to boost up the numbers. And also we have a big influx of Pro-Ams this season, so we have to put normally around 3 or 4 Pro-Ams down to Lobby C. Otherwise, yeah, they won't be able to race because there's that many Pro-Ams to try and fit into Lobby B at the moment.
Yeah, and it's great to see, like, this league has grown amazingly, and I think you alluded to it a couple weeks ago that there potentially may be some Pro-Am guys that are looking at getting promoted to Pro next season, which will be great for them.
Definitely.
But it means that, we have a need for a couple more then Pro-Am guys to come in and Am guys to move up and fill that spot, and I think these guys are, working hard to show that they have the Pro-Am pace. And I think if you look at the overall results each week, you do see that some of these Am guys are mixing it quite well with the Pro-Am guys. So there's a lot of strong drivers up and down the field, and I think sometimes, the Pro-Am, the Am, the Pro labels, they do show an accurate reflection of a driver's skill, but for some drivers I think it's just this was what was available for them to slot into, and they probably maybe outperform their label in the driving. And I think it's great for guys like X10 as well, who is an Am rated driver, up in third at the moment, showing that he potentially is Pro-Am material in the way that he drives the car with his pace and his racecraft.
Yeah, you're definitely right there, Isaac. It is a bit of a mix between the two, to be fair. So yes, a couple of guys have been put in the AM due to the exceeding amount of numbers of Pro-Am that we have. But also some of the AMs, they do have a lot of pace, a lot of one-lap pace, a lot of speed, but they're still working on that racecraft and that consistency. So although they do have that genuine raw pace, it isn't always translated lap by lap, and it isn't always translated, on a consistent basis. So we've also taken that into consideration. So Tanner as well, he's got great pace. When he's on it. But yeah, there are times when there are mistakes made. The consistency isn't quite there with some of the Pro-Am guys. So yeah, that's definitely taken into consideration as well.
Yeah, which is there's a lot of factors that go into it, and I don't envy the role that you guys as admins have of giving everyone their class. It's definitely a very hard system. It's a very hard thing to do, and I certainly have a lot of respect for you guys, and certainly don't envy that position that you guys have. As we see Stiffy Bone here, another one of our AM drivers in a beautifully presented Grove Porsche as well. So there's quite a lot of... Oh, I've given him the commentator's curse as well. I keep doing it. He's lost control. We're off. And he's 2 for 2. 2 for 2 in this lobby so far. He doesn't lose a position, thankfully, because of it, but he did get quite loose through Skyline and into the S's there. So a bit unfortunate there, but man, I think I just need to... I think I need to get someone else to do the commentary for Lobby C every week, because I just keep coming in and jinxing him. But he's got Mike Honcho right behind him. There's a lot of pace in this car early on from Stiffy Bone. He did start down the pack. I believe he did. He started 8th, so he's done well to find himself up in 5th early in this one. Hopefully I don't jinx him too much more, because he's doing a great job so far.
Oh, he is, and look, Stiffy Bone is another one of those. He's AM driver, but he's very quick. He's got very good pace, but again, he's another one that often struggles on some tracks to do it lap after lap, and is still working on that consistency. But as we were talking about in Lobby B, that just comes with experience. And I don't know some of these guys. I don't know how long they've been racing for, but experience is a big thing, in league racing. And you'll find as you get that experience, the consistency comes with it, and that's just the key.
Yeah, that's right. And as we were talking there about consistency, Unchained Chief has come in as the first of our guys to stop in this one. I believe he's the first of
Quite
our
an early stop.
Actually, I believe BC Bond could have stopped maybe potentially, but quite an early stop. Yes, on lap lap 4 out of lap 5. But I believe if you look at he did stay there a fair while as he gets wide through turn 2. He did stay there a fair while after the fuel had finished going in, and there's a bit of damage if you look closer at the left front. There is a bit of a damage there on the. Actually, I believe it's the right front if you're sitting on from the driver's perspective. So a bit of damage there for him, which meant that he probably just wanted to come in, get that fixed up early. But it does mean that he's now on the medium tyre, which is the slower tyre. So probably not the ideal strategy for him in this one. But he has stopped now, so that means he might have to do a little bit of fuel saving to them. We know these Porsches can be quite fuel hungry when they want to be, so it's all about saving fuel now.
Yeah, he'll definitely have to fuel save to get 10 laps.
Yeah, so fair way to go on this one, but we'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he can keep it clean.
Bit of a battle going on back there, I think, between Macon Bacon and Mike Honcho.
Oh yes, Speed and Mike Honcho. Here we go. So here is he going to have a look at the inside here, Speed? I think he might. There's a bit of side-to-side contact between the drivers. It's coming to the chase of Speed. He gets on the grass and he's going around. And he's backwards through the dirt of the chase, and that is in the wall. And that is not good at all. We will we'll grab a replay of that one as well, just because the amount of action that unfolded there, but he's struggling to get it going.
Stuck in the wall.
Stuck in the wall, struggling to get it going. Don't really know if there was really anyone at fault in that one. Well, obviously it will probably have to go to the stewards to find out.
It's very difficult to go side by side through there.
It is. It's a very difficult, for such a high speed corner. You're sitting about 275 kilometers an hour through that corner.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So going side by side, especially on Gran Turismo, where there can be lag spikes at any moment, and we see he's coming into the pits now. He's on the medium tyre, so he's going to get onto the faster tyre now, but he'll have to repair that damage. And I think the contact meant that he got a little bit wide onto the grass on the outside of the chase, and once you're on the grass in a braking zone, that's it. You're a passenger from that point.
You're a passenger from there.
You are a passenger, and I think that's just so unfortunate. It'll be frustrating for Mike Honcho as well. He's been running so well, and it was such a good little battle that was unfolding. He still finds himself in 6th, but we'll have to see if the stewards have anything to say about that one, if it goes to the stewards, whether it's deemed a racing incident or not. But we'll continue on for now, and we will keep up with the action that is unfolding. Here we go. Here's a replay of what happened with Speed and Mike Honcho coming into the chase now, side by side, a little bit of contact. Speed gets pushed onto the grass, and once you clip the grass in the braking zone, you are a passenger. That car is gone and just into the wall, and then just so frustrating trying to get it going again. He'll have to have a bit of a reset. He'll go into the pits, repair that for damage, and put the foot down and see if he can make up some time. He'll have a lot of work to do to make up some time in this race. Everyone's just sort of spread out now. I think our leaders are the 2 closest cars on track at the moment.
They are. And
I don't think we're going to see too much battling from these guys, especially early on. They probably want to play the team game and just get to the ends, and maybe on the final lap, if they're close enough, they might unleash. I think B. Purton at the moment just trying to keep up with El Hedges, save his tyres, maybe save a little bit of fuel as well in that slipstream. Is the ideal time for him to save a little bit of fuel, potentially maybe undercut his teammate if he can save a bit more fuel. But X-Tanner, as we talk, is in. So end of lap 6. He's on the medium tyre. He's going to pit and go to the end on the soft tyre. So that promotes Stiffy Bone up into 3rd, Macon Bacon up into 4th. I believe Mike Honcho will also grab him for 5th, but then it's a fair gap back to Unchained Chief in 7th, who's only just coming down towards Murray's Corner past the pit entry now. So fuel going in. A bit of damage repair for X-Tanner as well. So maybe some contact with the wall at some point for him.
Easy to do here.
That's right. And Unchained Chief is back in.
Wow, he must have got more damage.
So more damage for Unchained Chief. He's back into the pit. Either that, or potentially just getting his medium stint out of the way. So he's technically used the medium tyre now.
Yes. Exactly.
And he's changing his tyres. So that does confirm to me as he puts fuel in the car. He is fixing damage, so there was damage there for him. So probably taking the opportunity to fix his damage, get himself on soft tyres, and if he can keep it clean from here, have a good run on soft tyres towards the end when some of the guys in front of him may be on the medium tyre. But it means now that he is on, he's in last, and BC Bond and Speed in front of him have both stopped. I believe BC Bond has stopped, so may have to stop again though. I don't think he's going to make it. I think he stopped on lap 1, so he may not make it to the end on fuel.
Yeah, I think he got some pretty heavy damage from his crash there on lap 1.
Yeah, he did, but I don't think he makes the end on fuel. Speed, I don't know how fuel hungry that Ferrari is around here, but I believe he should be fine till the end if he can keep it clean. And there we go, our race leaders are in together. So line astern, they've come in. You can see only 2 litres difference in fuel for these guys.
Well, that's right. It would have been the slipstreaming from Purton that would have been able to save him that little bit more fuel. That's
right, but how much of a difference will it make here, I wonder, for them? Because I believe they'll probably both have to go to full. So if you're going in for Hedges, he's stopped at 76. Purton stopped at 73. They're going out together. Look how close they are on exit.
Line
astern, barely separable, just like they were going in. So
that's right.
Not much of a change coming out. Mike Honcho yet to pit, finds himself up into 3rd. X-Tanner will jump Stiffy Bone and Making Bacon again to go back up into 4th. No surprise there. He did have a fair gap to those guys behind him. He's now going to work on chasing after B. Purton and L. Hedges because he's on the soft tyre. So if he can keep it clean here, keep it out of the wall, keep it damage-free, he could, on that faster tyre, potentially find himself battling for a higher spot in this one. Maybe looking even for a race win if he's consistent enough. But he's got Mike Honcho in front of him for now, who is yet to stop. So I'll just double check for you. That is Making Bacon has stopped. Stiffy Bone has stopped. BC Bond has stopped. So only one driver left to stop, and that is Mike Honcho. So one car still out in the field that is yet to stop. Currently running in 3rd. Where will he come out? I'm going to predict he might come out in near around Stiffy Bone and BC Bond in there somewhere. That's my prediction. Sort of around.
Oh, that's right.
There.
If we go off lobby B, you got your prediction spot on there. So see if you can keep it 2 from 2.
I think I had a bit of an advantage in lobby B considering I was the car behind him, but it was.
Oh, come on, mate! You didn't have to say that. No, you've just given your
my secret away. Got to give my secret away. Tell everyone my secret, but I think he will probably come out in and around. I don't think he'll be jumped by Speed, but he'll probably come in and around that 6th, 7th place mark if he does stop soon.
It does resemble the old Team Kiwi Racing livery, that one for Mike.
It does. It does look very Team Kiwi Racing. Looks very, very good and very well presented. And here we go. He's coming into the pits. So he's electing to stop. Where is he going to come out? Let's find out. X-Tanner will find himself up into 3rd. Making Bacon will definitely jump in. BC Bond and Stiffy Bone. What's going on there? Stiffy Bone was ahead of BC Bond, but now he's behind. And he's gone off the grass into the chase. That's just run wide there. Coming to the chase. And as I said, once you get on the grass, you're just a passenger. It's really hard to stop the car from there. That's wonderful for Mike Honcho, whose tyres are now going on. Fuel going in. BC Bond is coming down the front straight now. That is fuel damage being repaired for Mike Honcho. He's going to come out. Where is BC Bond? There he is. So, accelerating up the hill. He's got a bit of more speed than Mike Honcho does. He's going to get into the slipstream. Here we go. Some action now.
Neck and neck.
I can hear Justin rubbing his hands together.
I actually literally am.
This is going to be good. We can't wait to see what happens here. He's right behind him coming into turn 2, up through the quarry and towards the cutting. He's got on the curb. No!
He sent himself.
We've done it again. And he's facing the wrong way. We've done it again. It was looking
I
really
have been in
good.
that exact position before, spinning on that curb, and it is very embarrassing.
Oh, but it's such an easy curb to spin on. Like,
Oh,
you
it
can't
is.
even, like, I know you'll be very disappointed with that, but it's such an easy curb to spin on if you just use it a little bit too much. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
I've had that
incredibly
very
easy to
same
spin on.
paint on the front of my car before, and that same view.
Yeah, it's it's never a good feeling, but I think
It's
everyone has done it. If you haven't done it, then you're not driving the track properly.
I think it's safe to say everyone's got that paint on the front of their car before.
Yes, it's yeah, everyone's worn that wall at one point or another. I did a bit of fact checking as well. Mike Honcho, running the Team Kiwi racing livery, he's actually an ex-Team Kiwi racing employee. So a bit of a nod to his previous employer there. Running.
How did you find that
out? In my PlayStation party chat that we have with a few boys from AGT, he put it in there. We were talking about his livery, and one of the boys was pointing out that it didn't look exactly spot on like the other livery, and he said you'd think as an ex-Team Kiwi racing employee I'd have got that one right, but very cool that he's paying homage to his ex-team there, his ex-employer running that
You'd happen to know what he used to do for Team Kiwi?
I don't know. I'm sure if he watches this video, he might be more than happy to let us know.
Right, send it in the comments.
So yeah, Mike, if you're watching, please let us know below what you've been watching. And BC Bond, he's going to come into the pits. I believe he's got damage.
I'd say Speed would too.
Speed's he's also coming back in. He's only got 18 litres of fuel left on board. So wow. I don't think he was going to make it to the end on fuel. So maybe a bit fuel hungry, that Ferrari. Or maybe he didn't take as much fuel as he probably needed to last time. So BC Bond going to fix his damage. Tyres going on. Fuel going in. And yeah, very disappointing for him. You can hear the damage being fixed in the background. Revs it up. The speed's going out.
A big shunt.
Yeah, it was a massive shunt. He's going to come out behind Speed, but there is pace in that Aston Martin, so very well could
Whereas
jump
he'll
Speed.
definitely be chasing Speed for these final 5 laps.
Yes, he will be chasing down Speed, trying to get position with 5 to go here. I'm just going to have a quick drink of water because there's so much going on that I think my throat is starting to...
no worries.
I'll
take over from here. So I've got opportunity to talk about Stiffy Bone. So he is currently leading the AM Championship in the overall. So he's having a great run across both the Tuesday and the Thursday series at the moment. And I will have to say that Stiffy, he does have some great raw pace. But as we have seen in this race, he does have the occasional moments and does make the occasional mistakes, which I'm sure he's aware of, and he'll be trying hard to work on himself. But generally, definitely in pace terms, he's right up there in the AM category, and I'd say he'd even be able to give some of the Pro-Am guys a run on that 1 lap pure pace. But yeah, he's definitely searching for that consistency and working on not making those mistakes, as a lot of those AM guys are.
Yeah, that's right. And I think he's doing a great job, as you said, leading the championship. And I think leading the championship is just a wonderful example of the consistency that he does have. Obviously, it probably helps being involved in both the Tuesday night and the Thursday night series, as not all of our AM drivers are involved in both series. But I think if I look at the Tuesday night leaderboard, he is 3rd overall in the AM series for the Tuesday night. So that's being led by X-Tanner, who's also another guy that's very consistent. Yellow flags. Oh, it's Mike Honcho.
Oh no!
The Team Kiwi car facing the wrong way at the cutting, and that's another position, another gift for Stiffy Bone. Will now find himself.
That was quite a weird place there.
That was a weird place. We'll see if we can
like
find out what happened.
Before the corner.
It was really weird. I know some cars, if you're a bit too early on the brake and you're turning too much, because you're turning while you're braking coming into the cutting. If you're a little bit too quick on the throttle, on the brake, sorry, if you're a little bit too quick on the brake, you can lose the rear end of the car and it can give way. But we'll find out. We'll get a replay of that one for our viewers.
Well, it's given us some spicy battle action here at least.
It is. Don't jinx it too soon. We know what happens every time we say we're getting a battle.
That's right.
But he has got Unchained Chief right behind him for company, the third PH Racing Porsches. So we'll have to see what happens here as they come down the chase. He is trying to break the toe a little bit. You are allowed to move, I believe it's twice on the straight to break the toe, but that is it. You can only move twice. And here we go. Unchained Chief's going to have a look around the outside. What a move!
Oh,
and
wow.
and he keeps together. My Concho just gets a little bit on the grass there, takes a lot of curb. But wow, what a move around the outside. Let's check out what happened to My Concho here coming into the cutting. Just gets a little bit loose under brakes and the car just lets go. And he just tries to overcorrect and gets into the wall on the outside. And then it's just difficult to turn around from there. Yellow flags going, let's Stiffy Bone through. And that's disappointing for him. He was running so well up in 5th place and just lost control of the car. So unfortunate for him. But it's still a few laps to go on this one. 4 laps to go. So hopefully he can make some ground back up.
I think Mike's a bit of a stunned mullet there. He was not expecting that.
And
neither was I.
I don't think any of us were expecting that one. He sent it. Unchained Chief. That has got to be a contender, I would think, for overtake of the season.
Oh, it'd have to be. He just full sent that one. Pulled it off.
I have been keeping tabs on the best overtakes across the lobbies this season to sort of break it down when we get to the end of the season, and that is absolutely a contender for overtake of the season. It is.
That's right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing your overtake of the season video at the end of the season, Isaac.
There'll be
you put your foot in there. Hey, you shouldn't have said that, because now I'm going to be on you, waiting for that overtake video.
There will be a season highlights compilation, including the best overtakes. So we'll be doing the top 10 overtakes, and then maybe a couple other surprises. But I'll talk to the admins first before I talk to. So which includes you, Justin, but before I talk to the viewers about that one. But definitely keep an eye out, because we've still got 3 weeks of this season left, so plenty of action to come.
That's right.
But once we get to the off season, while we gear up for what's going to be an amazing season 2, there's still plenty of action for everyone. There'll be still plenty of stuff for everyone to check out as well. There'll be plenty of videos coming. Right. So
I might just jump in there while I do, because I don't know if I'm going to be commentating many more races. I might not get another opportunity. So yeah, season 2 is on the horizon, and yeah, well, we've got the viewers and the opportunity to speak a bit about it. We're going to be introducing the Teams Championship for the Tuesday and Thursday series for Season 2. So that's something to be excited for. And obviously there'll be a community vote for what the Thursday series is going to be next year as well. So I'm not sure, maybe if I have a bit more availability, I might be able to help out with some commentary for the Thursday series. Obviously we're not able to commentate those races due to time limits for season 1, but you never know what will happen for season 2, and we might be able to get some replays going for the Thursday series as well.
Yeah, that's right. It's always a lot. I know a lot of people ask me for the Thursday night replays, and are they coming? Are we going to see them? And I think trying to balance a job and actually race myself and make time to do this. It's hard, but I'm more than happy for people to jump in and do the commentary for the Thursday night, and like yourself, you're offering to do it.
We'll see. I'm not gonna lock it in just yet, but we'll see what happens.
Yes, well, I know if we're doing a community vote for the Thursday night series, I know what my vote is, and that is go-karts. So I think that could be absolutely chaos. If
you want to do go-karts?
I think that could be absolutely chaotic. I don't think my other suggestion that I had was in the off season we do a head-to-head tournament with all of our drivers, and we do that in go-karts. I mean, that would be quite fun to see all our drivers.
I've done any go-kart racing apart from the ones in the licenses.
Oh, it goes. Yep. I don't know if I have anything good to say about it, but
no, I do remember my license adventures, and they weren't pleasant ones.
No, they the go-karts in this game certainly are a handful. Although I will say, get a bit reflective for a second. I do miss Gran Turismo 6, the go-kart tracks that they had, the dedicated go-kart tracks. They were a lot of fun in the karts, and I do miss those. But it's still there's still a lot of good tracks you can race them at around here, but they are very much a handful. And while we've been chatting away here, and chatting away, we are on the last lap of the race.
Lap.
So we've reached the final lap, and I have to say, I think between A, B, and C, all three lobbies, there's been a lot of action, and I need to decompress for a while. I think there's been.
Well, we got my honcho coming in for the last lap here with only 6 litres of fuel, so he's obviously getting a top up.
I think he's avoiding doing a me in lobby B and running out of fuel on the last lap. Looking to make sure he makes to the end here. I think he's got enough of a gap to BC Bond behind him just to put a little bit of fuel in, and there you go. You can see him put just 6 litres of fuel in, just enough to make it to the end. He's done well to
it looks like it's an easy 1-2 here for Hedges and Purton. They've just strategically gone about their business here.
They've kept it clean. They've been pretty much inseparable. I don't think there's been a gap bigger than a second this whole race between these two. They've got a lot of pace. And the PH Racing Porsches, they're going to do it for the second week in a row here in Lobby C. They were 1-2 last week at the Nürburgring in the wet, and this week they've done it again. The Kiwis tame the mountain. It's a PH Racing 1-2 here at Bathurst. X-Tanner, he's going to come home a little bit loose, sliding around the last corner. Will come home third in this one. And making Bacon a fair way behind. I will point out, X-Tanner, he did close the gap between B. Purton and L. Hedges, so that was only 5 seconds. Yes. 5 seconds was the gap at the end of that one, and it was just over 10, I believe, after he came out of the pit. So, yeah, great second stint to shave off 5 seconds. Not quite enough to put himself in the fight for the win, but still a great job.
Tony's got time to making some bacon here.
He's got plenty of time to make some bacon. He's got a fair gap to the cars behind.
I got to throw in my lame dad jokes. That's what I'm known for.
Mate, I love the dad jokes. It mixes it up. It's good. Bit of dad humour. It's always a good laugh. Stiffy Bone, great drive from him. Will come home 5th. Unchained Chief 6th. Mike Honcho made sure he got to the end of this one on fuel. And then BC Bond, disappointing for him, started 4th and just, I think, struggled with consistency across the race.
Tough car though, tough car.
Is a tough car, and he's doing well, and it's a tough track. It's a tough car at a tough track. And I think hopefully Spa will be a lot better suited to him next week. But he'll cross the line, and then Speed, who's still coming down the hill. Bit of a quiet one for him today.
Very tough race for Speed, this one.
Very tough race. I think the Ferrari is a difficult car at the best of times. And I think around here, when the car gets so light going down the hill, it's very difficult to hold on to if it gets even slightly loose. And I think he's done a great job to just bring it home. So he's done really well. A lot of solid performances across this one, Justin. But who would you pick for your driver of the day?
I'd have to give it to Tanner today. Like we were just discussing, he's had a great second stint, and he is the #1 finishing AM in Lobby C. So, yeah, I think he's got into a rhythm there, started to get a hold of the track, and yeah, he's put in a great second stint. He's managed to close the gap between the Pro-Am drivers ahead of him, and he's come home a solid 3rd.
Yeah, he's done really well, and that also means that he now leads the AM Championship on a Tuesday night as well. So that's really good for him. He's put in some consistent performances over the last couple of weeks. He had a little bit of a tough time early on in the season, missed a couple qualifying sessions, and found himself starting from the back. And we know starting from the back can be difficult, especially if there's a few incidents that you just end up accidentally getting yourself caught in. So he's done really well to improve his qualifying position and just work on that consistency, and I think it's paying off for him, finding himself up the order. Let's have a look at our results now one more time before we head off. So L. Hedges and B. Purton making a PH Racing 1-2, separated by just 5/10 at the end of that one. Then another 5 seconds back to X Tanner in third, Making Bacon fourth, Stiffy Bone in fifth, Unchained Chief sixth, Mike Honcho seventh, BC Bond in eighth, and Speed, a tough race for him, down in ninth. So a lot to debrief and decompress from, I think, Justin, across all three lobbies this week. There was some great racing and a lot of action going on up and down the field. So we can't wait for Sunday when I break it all down in the round wrap-up. That will be back this week. I apologise to our viewers. I've been a bit unwell the last couple of weeks and just haven't been able to. The weekend before I was quite unwell, and then last weekend I couldn't talk. So if I did a round wrap-up, it just would have been you listening to a man squeak at a camera for half an hour, and that probably wouldn't have been very fun for anyone. So it will be back this weekend, Sunday night. We'll go up and we'll break down all the action. But Justin, Spa next week. We had this discussion in the Lobby B commentary, but Spa next week. Very excited for that. It's going to make some great racing.
Yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some close action across all three lobbies. We will see a couple of different Pro-Am drivers drop down into Lobby C next week, so that will be interesting as well. And yeah, just generally looking forward to it. And as you said, we're all looking forward to your wrap-up this Sunday of round 5. And yeah, I'm grateful to have been able to be beside you for Lobbies B and C this week. Not sure I'll get another opportunity to commentate with you this season, but no, it's been a pleasure, man, and I love your work. You do a great job. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. I appreciate you jumping in. We'll see how we go. You never know. You might be back, but we'll try and get where we can if there's, if the normal commentators aren't available. Obviously, Ben's been a bit unwell the last couple of weeks, and we wish him all the best and hope that he feels better soon. And Chris jumps in on A, but we all have commitments outside, and it's hard to get involved. So you may see a couple other guys jumping in on commentary, maybe a few guest commentators throughout the rest of the season. So I appreciate you jumping in today, Justin. It's been very good, and I appreciate everyone tuning in to watch this one. It's been a great week of racing here at Adrenaline GT, and I can't wait to, as I said, break it all down on Sunday, catch up with a couple people. Until then, I've been Isaac. I'll see you next week for Spa. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.